like just simply because of the fact that he asked, can he take the condom off? She automatically allow her little spider senses or whatever to start tingling to where she say, hey, listen, I need to back about this situation because now I know that, this is not a responsible guy. And because he's not responsible with even laying down with me, even though I know I don't have anything or whatever, and we having a moment and we're having fun and we want to be safe with our fun, because some things happen. We want to be safe with our fun. So now should the woman automatically be like, you know what, I need to pull myself up out of this situation, not because of what we're doing right now, but for the simple fact of, like, moving forward in the long haul, I don't feel like this guy. Can you really use that situation to determine whether or not a guy is going to be a good father just because the simple fact in a heated moment he wanted to take the condom off? Do you look at that as if he's going to be irresponsible as a father just because he was irresponsible in laying down with that woman?
Absolutely. So here it is. We always talk about the term, we always hear now, red flags, right? And I told you I was talking about this. The largest red flag that should ever exist is the man who says, I don't like condoms. I want to take it off. And I'm talking about especially early. Now, I understand once you build a relationship, I still think this should apply even then. That should be the biggest red flag. And yes, you need to escape up out of that moment. Because here's the reason why. In life, you got to play the percentages. So if you got a guy that's willing to be irresponsible in that moment, where there's a chance that a baby could come out of this situation, even though in his head he plans to pull out, right? He ain't want no baby, he plans to pull out or whatever. And so, but if he's willing to be irresponsible in that moment, to expect for him to be responsible once a baby, to me, is absolutely ludicrous. Now, I'm not saying every man will be irresponsible, but to expect a man who's willing to be irresponsible in that moment, to have an expectation that he will now be somebody's good daddy, is foolish as hell.
Yeah, so you basically saying it's rare if he turned out to be a good father, but if he end up like ghosting or abandoning the woman and the baby, then she should pretty much expect that because of how the baby was conceived.
He's reckless in that moment. He's showing no responsibility in that moment for his own safety. Again, I'm not naive to how moments happen. We're human.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm not naive to how those moments happen. But for that man to be that irresponsible in that moment, for anybody in society to expect that man. Now, to a lot of people, that's going to sound like I'm letting the man off the hook. I'm saying that's the biggest red flag of who you don't have a baby with.
Yeah, but it's like, my thing is, it's like, who determines who is going to be the responsible party? Because my thing is, it takes two to tango. So the thing is like, does the woman have to be the responsible party in a situation where she's like, hey, that's a red flag, we're not going to go any further? Or does the man have to be the responsible party in a situation where he's like, you know what, I'm not going to even do it this way with this woman or even ask her of that? Like, how do you get to the point where you determine who is supposed to be the responsible party? Because most people...
Now, here we go. Here's the reality. Like, people want to try... It ain't, everything ain't fair. Here's the reality. So like how we talked about how the like that very same scenario is how a young man can end up with a crazy baby mama. That same heat of the moment, they decided they're going to take it off, and come to find out she a crazy baby mama, right? So it can end up that way. I'm saying the flip side of it is his irresponsible ass in the moment is asking to take it off. Yes, it falls on the woman. Nobody ain't going to like that, but you taking a chance with a dude that's willing to be irresponsible in that moment. So
okay, because at that time you're basically saying because even though you're in a heated moment, but when that happens, that should send off a red flag for you to, yeah, okay.
It has to, because here's the thing. When you ask me who should be responsible that moment, who's clearly not? The dude that said, "Can I take this off?" He got no level of responsibility. So to expect him to have the responsibility is backwards as hell, because he just proved in that moment he tried to go up in you raw. He just proved in that moment, y'all in the heat of the moment, y'all don't know each other, and he asked to take it off or just try to go up in you raw without trying to even put a condom on. We would be foolish to expect that man, that young. Here it is. Now other people are going to say, well, teach men not to do that. We do. But the reality is some men still going to do that. So that should be your biggest red flag of them all. He tried to enter you raw and y'all just, this y'all first time. Please get yourself about that situation.